the bell in round number 1.
We didn't see a lot of Marcin Held stand up against Michael Chandler, but we see it tonight.
Marcin Held from Poland is in the gray and camouflage trunks. Felipe Nover from Brooklyn, New York is in the white trunks.
Oh, good left hand. Oh, good right.
Held drop. Nover trying to take advantage. Couldn't find the head kick. Held said he wants to get this fight to the ground and submit Nover. Again, Held is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Nover a black belt in the sport. But Held said quite confidently, I submit black belts all the time.
Not unusual at all for brown belts to submit black belts. Both have high-level jiu-jitsu. Whoever makes a mistake is going to tap.
Nover said that he's been working on being
wow.
Rolling for the spinning knee bar there.
That's some unorthodox jiu-jitsu. I love it. One hook in, trying to get the other one.
That's audacious from the 19-year-old Marcin Held.
As a jiu-jitsu guy, I love stuff like that.
Backwards punches from Nover. Waist cinch held by Held. Now looking for the inside trip. Nover too slick and too slick for that.
Going for the inverted heel hook.
Going for the heel hook again. Nover going for his own leg lock. That is really tight. Held's got the better hold there. Nover playing submission defense.
He just was not high. He was too high on the knee bar. He needs to sit down and get over the kneecap. He just wasn't there.
Held said it's all about my submission game in this fight. Held trying to land shots.
See both guys going for counter footlocks.
That never works, does it, the second guy on?
You can if you know it a little bit better and have better position, but I teach my guys, don't play catch-up. Get out of the leg lock. Now he's in better position for the knee bar.
Held going for it again, really cracking on the knee bar.
Remember, Chandler was able to get out, and Held said, I didn't have a plan B. Now going to the heel hook.
Held rolling for the heel hook. 2 attempts at the knee bar submission. Now the second attempt on the heel hook submission. Held 0 for 4 in those subs.
The key is, in the footlock, when you know it's done, sit up and get on top. You saw that Marcin Held tried to do that. Good explosion by Nover.
Nover extremely confident coming into this fight, even though he said he really respects the ground game of Marcin Held, really respects his submission game. Nover said too often early in his career he was reckless, trying to be a lot more patient, a lot smarter in the cage.
You see Marcin, though, trying to rush in without setting it up. Took a couple shots there.
Nover establishing the center of the Bellator cage, just missing with that left hand. All Held would tell us about his stand-up game in typical Eastern European fighter fashion, Jimmy, they never tell us much. He said, I have a few surprises.
They're quiet.
That head kick missed badly by Held, didn't fully commit. Nover felt that he would have the big advantage in the striking department versus Held. Landed that body kick effectively.
You see Held
inside kicked in the right hand.
Held coming in with his chin very high. That's why he's eating those counter shots. Not coming in with head movement, with his chin tucked.
Held looking for a shoulder strike. Held still trying to drive through. Nover with his back against the Bellator cage fence. Trying to turn, can't do it. Nice turn there. Now Held down.
I think he might have pulled guard there.
I think that's exactly what he did, Jimmy. Old school MMA from the 19-year-old. And Nover looking for new school MMA, the full-on ground and pound. Actually, it's not that new school, really, is it? When did Mark Coleman invent that?
Very true.
About 2000, I guess?
Good hammer fist.
Look how comfortable, how creative Held is on the ground.
Problem is you get a little too comfortable there. You don't want to hang out on your back and take shots looking for that submission.
Held being cautious. Trying to explode with those up kicks to the leg. Nover taking his time, just what he said. He wants to be patient in situations exactly like this. You see him back off, allowing Held to stand. Held again. Oh, that's just audacious stuff from Held. Rolling again for a knee bar. Who does that in this sport?
Guys like Shinya Aoki. You don't see a lot of people outside of Japan go for that. Imanari likes it, but
I don't even know if Aoki would go for that in that position.
Oh, he would.
Crazy. Yeah, actually, he would.
Imanari certainly would. Made a career out of it. But, you know, it's one of those things you don't see a lot outside of Japan. Hard to train for something like that.
Nover went for the armbar, couldn't find it. Final seconds of a really, really entertaining round number 1. Held continuing to throw the subs out at Felipe Nover. 2 really talented lightweights.
Stop. Trying to finish.
Round number 2 of this Bellator fight in the lightweight division. Marcin Held the pole versus the American Felipe Nover. 3 judges scoring cage side for the state of New Jersey. And Jimmy, as always, on your unofficial scorecard.
Oh, man, that was such a difficult round to score. The number 1 criteria in scoring is effective striking. Who did the most damage? That was Felipe Nover. I like the unorthodox tactics of Marcin Held, but he didn't get the submission. Got to give it to Nover, a very close 10-9.
That wasn't a takedown. That was Held bringing himself down. Again, looking for a leg lock. Marcin Held is in the gray camouflage trunks. Felipe Nover is in the white trunks.
The problem is the number 1 criteria for scoring is effective striking. This is great stuff from Marcin Held, but if he doesn't get a submission out of it, he's spending a lot of time on the bottom. Judges don't like that.
Now Nover, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, working from the top position. Held holding a loose open half guard. Nover, you see the big wide base. They're applying a lot of pressure.
Now, this kind of thing benefits Nover with that more traditional jiu-jitsu. They put such weight on their legs.
Held trying to somersault his way out of a bad position.
And Held trying to use that unorthodox style, rolling for something crazy. 2 great jiu-jitsu guys, they have very different styles.
Held couldn't find it. Nover then diving in a big left hand, then the right. That left was the best punch of this fight thrown by either man. Held looking for the up hammer fist. Tough to throw on your hip. Nover digging in. Big elbow strike.
Nover wants to do is use his hips, put a lot of weight on Marcin Held. Don't give him room to roll. Use that old school pressure. Traditional jiu-jitsu, they're so good at that.
Held still holding half guard, but a very loose half guard. Nover seems content to sit in that half guard of Marcin Held.
Marcin Held, his game is all about mobility. He's not going to lock himself down to a half guard. He's trying to stay loose and open. But Nover, good job here. Pressure with the hips. Not letting Held roll out, get anything funky.
Look how active the legs are of Marcin Held. Trying to posture onto his hips. Still throwing with the right hand, but he's so much working his legs. Nover, to his credit, staying busy, doesn't want this stand-up. Happy in this top position, letting go with the elbow. Held looking for a rolling armbar there. And Nover pops out. Good composure from Felipe Nover. Just doesn't seem bothered by any of this from Marcin Held.
Well, the escapes are escapes. I mean, if you know your fundamentals, your basics, you can get out of stuff, even if it's funky or unorthodox, and that's what he's doing.
Nover keeping his cool, keeping his patience. Not diving in. And this is a situation where he said early in his career, he just rushed things. He just tried to finish fights quickly. And as he ages in this sport, he's 27 years old. This is his 10th pro MMA fight. He's learning more about tactics, learning about strategy, being smarter.
Well, he also doesn't want to dive in against someone as funky as Marcin Held and get caught in something.
Look at Held looking for those kicks. Nover turns his back, allows Held to stand. Now it's Held coming forward. Held feinting with the kick. Held landed the outside kick. Nover on the counter left.
Oh, good shot.
There's the takedown from Held.
That's the first time we're really seeing Held on top. He's been diving under for some funky stuff.
Nover looking for a Kimura.
Turning it into a sweep now. Look for him to try and step over and get on top.
This is really outstanding ground fighting from these two.
The battle might belong to the person who knows when it's over first and wins the positional battle.
Nover with wrist control.
You see here, shifting his hips. I think he wants to step over and get on top. He's giving up on the Kimura. And that's what I mean. It's the guy who says, hey, this is over in terms of the submission. I got to improve my position. And Nover makes the decision first and gets on top.
Nover can't get mount. Too slick on the bottom defensively from Held. Felipe Nover standing. Nover looking to kick out his legs.
That's another smart move if you're Nover. As long as Marcin Held is on his butt, he is losing this fight in the eyes of the judges. Oh, good shots by Nover again.
Dove in with the left hand and letting go. Dives in with the left, now the right. A big left hand and a short right hammer fist by Felipe Nover. Final seconds of round 2.
The thing is, as this fight goes on, submissions get harder to finish as guys get sweatier. Hasn't been working in the first 2 rounds. Will Marcin Held change strategy in the third?
More ground and pound from Felipe Nover, trying to land another big shot.
Flying left hand, good ground and pound.
Round number 3 of what thus far has been a really entertaining, really fun lightweight fight, and that's Held exploding forward with the punches, driving for the takedown. Jimmy, on your scorecard.
2 rounds to none for Nover. Held is coming out like he knows he's down and needs to make something happen.
Marcin Held in the top position is in the gray camouflage trunks. Felipe Nover working from his back is in the white trunks.
He's in good position for an armbar if he can step over the head. Man, good movement by both guys.
Held now caught in Nover's half guard. Short little elbow from the bottom, not much on that from Felipe Nover. Now goes to the chest hold, trying to keep Held close.
Well, he's got to keep him flat. That's how you pass half guard. Keep your opponent flat on the mat. A lot of head pressure, but see Nover on his side. That's not where Marcin Held wants him. He can go for the darts from here, though.
Look at Nover moving on his side effectively and still holding half guard. That's a little thing, and that's really slick from Felipe Nover. Now right hands from Marcin Held.
Trying to get underneath his hips, maybe work the sweep. Got to beware that over the top, the Darce choke. This is where you get it from.
This is really good skill from both fighters on the ground. Chance of Nover now from this sold-out crowd at Caesars in Atlantic City. The Icon Sting is headed to the Impact Zone and has TNA heavyweight champion Bobby Roode in his sights. Don't miss the action on an all-new Impact Wrestling Thursday at 9 p.m. on Spike. Front facelock held by Marcin Held. Nover trying to turn. On his knees, walking forward and back up. Now driving Held back.
Now the pacing of this round may hinge on who thinks they're ahead. You could have given that first round to Marcin Held. I gave it to Nover. It's at best tied 1-1. Got to have some urgency in this third round.
Nover trying to get off with the left hand and the elbow.
Another thing is, European fighters typically don't cut a lot of weight. I think the physical advantage goes to Felipe Nover. He's on top where you know, he's going to make Marcin Held feel that extra power, that extra weight.
Felipe Nover holding this top position. Held trying to explode up. Went for an ankle lock, couldn't find it. Rolling again for a knee bar, couldn't find that. Cool as you like, Nover just walks away. Nover's not being baited by any of that.
No, good defense, good fundamentals.
Big explosion there from the pole. And again, Held back to the leg lock. Nover again forced to play submission defense, looking for an ankle to grab of his own. Nover almost holding a toe hold.
I said it's going to be who decides to sit up first.
See Nover in the toe hold position on Held. Both again, as we saw in round one, playing the leg lock game. Nover tries to explode up, and he does. Here comes Held again with the punches. Nover initiating that clinch. Held now applying the pressure.
Good double leg.
Oh, that was slick by Nover.
That's all from just a nice level change at the right time. Didn't drive through a whole lot, but just dropped his shoulders at the right time. Caught him perfectly.
That's the key word, Jimmy. He dropped beautifully. Held did not feel it coming. Held flattened out, holding that half guard. Nover trying to work again. You see posturing on his knee in the wide base. 15th and final minute of this lightweight fight.
See if Marcin can explode. Maybe get another submission attempt before time runs out.
Right hands to the body. And a moment ago, you saw the left, or rather the right elbows into the thigh of Marcin Held. It's a slick professional move. Speaking of professional, it's hard to believe Held is just 19 years old. He's so calm, so comfortable.
Yeah, 19 years old, but with 13 professional fights. Very experienced in this sport. It's not the years, it's the mileage.
It's a different world when you turn pro in MMA at age 16, as Held did September 2008. Final seconds in this fight. Nova trying to let go with the right hand. Held fishing for an armbar. Nova with the hammer fist. The bell in the end of the fight.
Michelle Augustin scores the fight 29-28. She sees it for Held. Your third and final judge, Romulo Bittencourt, scores the fight 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Marcin Held.